Good morning. Continuing our work on polar equations, today we're going to take a look at how do you graph a polar equation using your graphing calculator. Okay, let's look. So let's say the polar equation we're being asked to graph is r equals 3 sine theta cos squared theta. So if we were to begin to graph and we go to our y equals, well, there's the first thing we need to adjust. This says y equals, but polar equations start with an r equals. So where do we find that? Okay, on your calculator, go to mode, and you'll see that down here, our grapher is in functions, an xy function, but our third option here, POL, that's polar. So that's where we want to go. So we're going to go down to that line, and we're going to go over to polar, and we're going to press enter. And now if we go back to our grapher, it says r equals. Terrific. All right, so we're going to start to enter. So 3, and then our sign is right here. Now, where are we going to get a theta? So see this button right here, x, t, theta, and n. This is where you get the variable for your grapher. And since our grapher is currently in polar mode, it's going to populate it with that theta. So when I press that variable button, there's my theta. All right, so 3 sine theta, close parentheses. Now, I now need to do cos squared theta. Well, how do I put that in? So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do parentheses because I know I want to square the whole cosine theta. I'm going to choose cosine theta. I need to close the parentheses on my theta, close the parentheses on my cos theta, and now add in the squared term. Okay, so that gives me my 3 sine theta cos squared theta. Okay, so now if I go ahead and graph, I get something that's not terribly clear. So I'm going to go and take a look at my window setting. So there's window right there. Okay, so first thing I see, and this is great, is that my minimum is 0 and my maximum is 360 degrees. That would be a full circle around. But what I want to check right now is, am I in fact in degrees, right? If I'm in radians, then those numbers are going to be meaningless. So again, I'm going to go into mode, and yay, I am in degrees. If the problem were in radians, you'd want to switch that to radians, and you'd want to switch in your window your maximum not to be 360, but to be, what's maximum in radians? 2 pi, good. Okay, now, I'm thinking that perhaps my x max and my x min are larger than they need to be, because I can see that my graph was happening in a very small amount of space. Okay, so I'm going to go back to my window, and I'm going to try changing this to -3 to 3, okay? And I'm going to do the same with my y max and min, because again, I could see it wasn't very big. And so all I'm doing here is I'm just typing right on top of this a 3, and then I want to get rid of that 0, so I'm typing a delete. You could also do it by clearing that and then typing in what you want. All right, and then the last thing is my step. 7.5 seems fine. I'm going to actually change that and make it 5. I'm going to do that by clearing that one and then typing in a 5. And step means how much between each point. I want to go up by 5 degrees between each point. Now I'm going to graph again and see if I have a prettier picture. There we go. And that, my friends, is how you graph polar equations in your Texas Instrument graphing calculator. So the other thing I want to show you, we've created our picture here, but let's say you need to also include the values that created this. We'll see that little function right there, table. That's where they all live. So having typed in our graph and graphed it, we're now going to go second table, right? That's how we access our blue keys. And that is going to give us, for our theta values, how much our r is going up. Now, let's say you actually are required to have your table go up by tens. So right here, this blue key table set is where you're able to tell the table how you'd like it to be. So table start, we're going to start it at 0. If you need to start it somewhere else, you just change that variable. Here, delta table, this is how much it's going up between each point. So if we needed to go up by 10s instead of 15s, which would be weird, but sure, we do that. And then we go back to our table and voila, we're going up by 10 degrees now. All right, stay tuned. We're gonna look at how to convert from rectangular to polar and polar to rectangular. We're gonna look at how to transform entire equations from rectangular to polar and polar to rectangular. There's a video that gives you the basics of what in the world are polar equations and what kind of different graphing paper do you use for them. So search that one out. Leave any questions in the comments. Consider subscribing to my channel so you know when I put out a new video. And as always, keep on mathing.